Evosy Podcasts, Series 1, Real Lives. Podcast 3, Jimmy Jinx, writer, party animal, and an old friend. Hi, my name's James, and I'm a co-founder of the new English teaching website, www.evosy.com. This is the third in our series of Real Lives podcasts, in which we'll be talking to 10 foreigners living in Spain about their lives and what they love and dislike about life in Spain. Well, we're sitting in my studio in Castelldefels, small town outside of Barcelona, where Jimmy has been staying for the last 3.5 weeks in a room with Tom the Traveller. Jinxie! Hello.
James.
Jinxie, we all know you're a very, very handsome man, but I think you should explain to me and to the listeners why you're not looking so good today.
Well, thank you, James.
It's a pleasure.
I had a night out in Barcelona last night, a farewell meal with my beautiful Spanish teacher and her boyfriend, Tom the Traveller, and our good friend Essien. And we had a few bottles of vino.
Vino? Is that an English word?
I've adopted it.
Okay.
And a very nice meal. And afterwards we went to a couple of bars, and we ended up drinking whiskey.
Whiskey,
and,
excellent.
Yes, I'm afraid so. And Essien and I basically ended up staying up quite late. So today
I can imagine.
Perhaps not at my best.
Okay, let's move on.
Please.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hastings on the south coast of England.
And are you single, married, bi, curious? What's the deal?
I'm single.
Okay.
Old school.
And what was your job before you decided to dedicate yourself full-time to your writing?
I used to be a photo editor for a newspaper.
Any particular newspaper?
The Sunday Times.
The Sunday Times. And how would you describe your hobbies?
My hobbies?
Remember, there's children listening. What are your hobbies?
I like, very interested in music. I'm an avid collector of records. I used to be a DJ, but these days I find I'm too busy doing other things. I'm interested in sports, football, tennis.
Okay.
In many things.
Okay. But I think what the listeners want to know is, why are you called Jimmy Jinx?
I see. Well, it's complicated. It goes back quite a long way. It's just a nickname, obviously, but to really find out why I'm called Jimmy the Jinx, you'll have to wait until I've written my book, because everything will be explained therein.
I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, so why are you in Spain, Jinx?
Well, obviously to come and see you, catch up with some friends.
Thanks.
Of course, my intention was to learn as much Spanish as possible, because I'm going to South America for 6 months on doing some research.
Excellent. I didn't know about the research before, but sounds interesting. And apart from your research, what's the motive of your journey? Will you be interacting with different cultures, or is it just to interact with different girls?
Well, I hope to interact in as many ways as possible. Obviously, I'll be very keen to learn more about the culture and the rituals, the food, the nightlife, the women, the
women.
Well, I imagine at some point I will meet women.
Yeah. I'm being a bit cruel, but you do have a reputation as a womanizer, Jinx.
Well, it's very sweet of you to say so. Well, of course, I'm single. I'm keen to discover new things, and yes, I do hope that along the way I will come across some beautiful South American women.
Okay. And what have you noticed about Spanish life while you've been here?
Spanish, well, I love Barcelona, and of course
Yes, good.
Casa de James. I mean, Barcelona is a city which is full of life. There's always seems to be things to do, people around, adventures to have,
Parties to go to.
well, the occasional party, the occasional cerveza. Beautiful city, and of course International House has given me some kind of grounding for my Hispanic adventure ahead.
Are you advertising International House, Jinx? Jesus.
Maybe we should cut that section out.
You've betrayed us. Okay. I know that food is one of the most important things to you. What have you been eating most of the day?
Spain has many wonderful dishes. And of course, we've had a few paellas here on Sundays.
They were good.
Which have been good. I've eaten a lot of bread, as is the Spanish way, a lot of ham, a lot of cheese.
Ham, and how do you say ham in Spanish, Jim?
Jamón,
Well
I
done.
believe.
Those Spanish lessons are good. Okay. And you've been sharing a room with Tom the Traveller
Yes,
for the
I
past
have.
month. There's been a little bit of controversy over the snoring issue. Does Tom the Traveller snore?
He occasionally mutters in his sleep.
He speaks in his sleep. You can reveal
I
exclusively.
hear the secrets that Tom keeps when he's talking in his sleep.
And what words does he mutter?
It would be ungentlemanly of me to divulge.
Okay. On the other hand, he says that the Jinx snores. Can you confirm this?
I believe there was one incident of snoring that I know of, possibly more, although I have been making a concerted effort to sleep on my front.
Okay, on your front. Okay. So, Jim, we know you're a lover of Latin culture and Spanish life, but where will you be living in 10 years? Where does your heart lie?
Well, I do love Spain. I love the food, the wine, the lifestyle, the sun, and I love to travel. I love to see new places, meet new people. But I think my heart will always belong to England, and in 10 years, I suppose I will have returned to her green and pleasant shores.
Okay, but you are, in approximately 1 hour, about to catch a plane to Bogota in Colombia.
This is true,
so you know.
and of course, who knows what will happen.
Okay.
Perhaps I will be living on the beach, running a bar, sitting in a deck chair.
That sounds good. I'll visit.
But we shall see.
Okay, so we need a final verdict from you. Which is better, Spain or Britain?
Spain is possibly better in many ways.
Jim, you don't have to be diplomatic.
Of course.
Spain or Britain?
Britain, of course.
Thanks for joining us for this Evozi podcast. In the next podcast, we'll be talking to Jordan, one of our friends from South London who's also decided to live in Barcelona. You can get the worksheet for this podcast at www.evozi.com. This worksheet includes a transcript of this conversation in both English and Spanish, and some key vocabulary and language points. Thanks for joining us. Bye!
Bye.